welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how you crochet this very beautiful puff shell star stitch. If this is your first visit to my channel, it would be amazing if you just took a moment to hit that subscribe button and the bell notification so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. Now this scarf I'm currently working on, I am using Signet Boho Spirit in the colorway Breeze and a 4.5mm crochet hook. You are of course free to use any yarn and any hook size that you so wish. Now just a word about this pattern. This is definitely what I would class as an intermediate crochet pattern. If you are an adventurous beginner, by all means give this a go, but I really don't want you to get disheartened if you find that you're struggling with it, because even I struggled with this when I first started going. It is one of those patterns that seems incredibly complicated until you get going and you've done a few repeats of the rows and you kind of get into the rhythm of it. So please stick with it. It is so worth it. Using the Boho Spirit yarn and the 4.5mm hook, I found it really easy to get into the chains that I was working into. You can see I'm working into chains for all of these. The yarn I'm using today for the little sample piece hasn't quite got as much give, so I'm going to be fighting it a little bit more, but that does mean it forces me to slow down so you guys can really see what I'm doing. As always, there are timestamps in the description box below, so don't forget to expand that little arrow there to open up the box, and with those timestamps you can jump to any section of the video that you so require. All right, let's jump straight in to how you do this absolutely stunning stitch. So the puff star shell stitch is a pattern multiple of 9 plus 2. So what that means is you're going to keep chaining 9, 9, 9, so multiples of 9 for as wide as you want your project to be, and then you are going to add 2 extra chains at the end. Now I'm just going to do a small sample piece, so I'm going to chain 36 and then add 2. So that's my 36 chain, which is a multiple of 9. Then add 2 more chains. Now row 1 is just the setup row. It is not part of the pattern repeat. So we're going to be working into the second chain from hook. So this loop on your hook does not count as anything. So you want to count your chains back 1, 2. And into that second chain, you're going to place a single crochet. Chain 4. Now we're going to work our first shell, and that is done over the next 8 chains. So I'll do this one nice and slowly for you. Yarn over, go into the first chain, yarn over at the back, pull it up. So you're going to repeat that over 8 chains. So yarn over, go into the next chain, yarn over at the back, pull it up, yarn over, go into the next chain, yarn over, pull it up. So that's 3 chains. We need 5 more. So I've worked over 8 chains, and you will have 17 loops on your hook. I'm almost running out of space on my hook. So now you're going to yarn over and we're going to pull through 16 of these 17 loops. So bring your hook all the way through and you'll have 2 loops remaining. Now to complete, yarn over and pull through those final 2 loops. Chain 4, single crochet into the very next chain. chain 4, another one of these shell star stitches, so working over the next 8 chains, yarn over, pull through 16 of your 17 loops, yarn over and pull through those remaining 2, chain 4, and single crochet into the next chain. Now you're going to repeat that for the full length of your chain. So all the way down, chain 4, star shell stitch over the next 8 chains, chain 4, single crochet in the next, chain 4, puff shell, chain 4, single crochet, all the way to the end. So the end of row 1 should look like this. And I've ended with a single crochet in that very last chain. Row 2, which is the start of the pattern repeat. Chain 1 and turn. Now you're going to chain 9, skip this first puff shell and pop a single crochet into the next single crochet. You're going to repeat this all the way along. Chain 9, skip the next shell, single crochet into the single crochet in between. And to end, you're going to put a single crochet into that very first single crochet from the row below. Row 3, chain 1 and turn, chain 3. Now working over row 2, we're going to be working back into this setup row, the one below. So to start, we're going to have a half shell and we're going to work over these 4 chains here. So yarn over, go into the first chain, yarn over, go into the next chain, into the third, and into the fourth. So you'll have 9 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 8, then yarn over and pull through 2. Chain 4, and put a single crochet in the top of this shell, so into there. Chain 4. Now we're going to be working for the remainder of this row until this very last section here. We're going to be doing 8 shells, so shells of pulling up 8, but we're going to be working into, if I put it down you can see, working into this section here. So 4 chains on this side, skip the single crochet, and then 4 chains on this side. So just like you did for this row, only over these 4 chains and these 4 chains. So this first one here of these 4, is a little bit tight, so you have to sort of force your hook in there. So that's 4. Skip this single crochet and work into the next 4. When you have all those loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all bar 1. Yarn over, pull through 2. Chain 4, single crochet into the top of that shell from the row below. So repeat that, working over the 8 chains, chain 4, shell, chain 4, single crochet into the top of the shell from the row below. When you've finished your final full shell of row 3, to end, chain 4 and work a half shell over 4 chains. This first one is always so tight to get into. I wonder if it's this yarn. It wasn't like that on my boho scarf. Then to end, you're going to end with a treble, which is yarn over twice, into the single crochet from your very first row. It's pulled up slightly. If I move this, these are the chains from row 2. Work over those, and you're going to work into the top of the single crochet from your setup row down here. So a treble, US terms treble, into the single crochet. Row 4, chain 1 and turn your work, then chain 4. Single crochet into this single crochet, so skip your shells. And then for the remainder of the row, until you get to this other half shell on the far side, you're going to chain 9. Skip your shell, single crochet into the single crochet, all the way along. Once you reach the far side and this half shell, you're going to chain 4 and put a single crochet into the top of this half shell, so in here. Row 5, chain 1 and turn. Now you're going to place a single crochet immediately into that single crochet that you did right at the end of row 4 and chain 4. Now you are going to work your full shells over, just like we did on this row here, ignoring the row you've just done, working into the chains below over these 8 chains here, chain 4, single crochet into the top of your star shell, chain 4, work the 8 shell, chain 4, single crochet all the way along, and I shall meet you over here in just a second. My yarn split. Once you've completed your final full shell, chain 4, and you're going to end with a single crochet into the top of the treble stitch that you did on row 3. That's the top of the treble there. So the pattern repeat for this beautiful puff star shell stitch is rows 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now I have timestamps in the description box below, so you can immediately jump to rows 2, 3, 4 and 5 as and when you need them. This seems like one of those how on earth am I ever going to get it type patterns, but I promise once you get going and you get used to spotting where these chains are, it's actually really easy. So it's a 4-row repeat. So for your next row, you would repeat row 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, repeat rows 2, 3, 4, and 5 for the length of your project. Now, as I say, it is initially when you're learning, it's quite tricksy, but I promise it gets easier. Initially, when I started this, I was really having to concentrate on which row I was on and where, but after a while, you just get into the rhythm of it. And I was doing this just in front of the telly, and with a sort of a fluffier yarn like this, you can see it was really easy for me to get into these chains. Now, this is a fluffy yarn and it is a bit of a nightmare to try and demonstrate with, hence why I chose this more solid colour. If you have any questions, please feel free to shout in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of this pattern. It is worth that little bit of extra effort and time because the result is just so beautiful. At front and back, stunningly textured. It's really, really lovely. I can't wait to get this finished and get it around my neck. So I'm really excited to be wearing this. Is definitely going to be a make that I keep for myself. So thank you for watching, and I will see you again on my channel very soon. Happy crocheting!